So you can kind of think of your church as three. There's kind of three, in a sense, business models how things work. And so you think of your church as a pipeline, and a pipeline is the most common use of manufacturing. It's how manufacturing has always been done. A product created at this end, delivered through the supply chain to the end user, right? So everything, everything we're wearing today came through a pipe. The clothes we're wearing, this thing I'm holding, what's in, our iPhones and all that kind of stuff. Somebody manufactured then created a pipeline to deliver value to us, and it's very good. And so the same thing. So the same thing. We prepare messages and study, and then we kind of deliver the message to hopefully an eager audience. For some of you that are in mega churches, I know this to be true about you, although it may not be known outside your church. But when you talk about producing the show on weekends, that's what it's called. It's called the show. We produce the show, and it's down to a minute by minute schedule. And can we make this announcement? Don't have time. But it's producing something for producers at one end, consumers at the other end. And what you measure there is how many people listen to the message, whether it be live or on the internet or in podcast or rebroadcast or whatever. And that's one way to think about church. The other way to think about church is also manufacturing, build, authors, speakers, content creators. Even now, I'm giving this a pipeline presentation. I've prepared the content. I'm going to deliver it to you guys. And if you stay awake till lunch, I'll think it's been successful. So preaching and teaching, again, is that. Or church can also be a portal. So think of a portal as your last ministry fair you had, where you invited different nonprofits to come into your gymnasium, and you said, hey, grab a cup of coffee and a donut and go look at all our wonderful ministry opportunities they have to serve in the city this year. Or you look at the church bulletin. Just encourage you to open your bulletin, look at the wonderful service opportunities. We trust that the Lord will show you your place of service this week. And portals are doorways to opportunity. Google's a portal. Kayak's a portal. Hotels.com is a portal. It just shows you the different opportunities, but it never measures the interactions that take place. But what if your church could be a platform? And platforms are the most disruptive business model that the world has ever seen. Because, and so for instance, the world's largest transportation company, Uber, owns no vehicles. They're more valuable than General Motors. The world's largest accommodation provider, Airbnb, owns no properties. The world's most popular media company, Facebook, creates no content. Isn't that crazy? And the world's largest retailer, Alibaba, doesn't own any inventory. Now, think about that. So all these things, these platforms, it's a new way of thinking about what creates value and how value is created and consumed and by whom. And so what happens is, one of the things about platforms, that value is decoupled from asset ownership. It's all about access. So Airbnb doesn't need to own any hotel rooms. If Marriott wants to expand their hotels, they have to buy land, they have to get building permits. It'll be an 18-month process, to get new hotel rooms. All Airbnb does is, do you want to rent your room? Take some pictures, fill out this form, and do that. So they're able to add inventory to their stock without actually owning that inventory, but they're creating value for both ends. Does that make sense? So this is just a new way of thinking about what platforms do. So the value is produced not by the ownership, by producers and consumers. So every day, 70 million photos and videos are shared on Instagram. Every day, 500 million tweets are shared on Twitter, many of them by Donald. Every day, 15,000 fill out the eHarmony questionnaire. Every minute, 300 hours of video are uploaded on YouTube. Every second, 9,000 photos are shared on Snapchat. And all of them are platforms, and platforms are able to release a different source of supply and demand.